Welcome, friends of the Greasy Shop Rag. Today we're going to take a look at a Husqvarna 372 XPG chainsaw. Customer complaint is that it won't pull over. You just saw me pull on the cord and it did pull over, but now I'm pulling on the cord and it won't. So what's going on here? Customer is afraid that the unit is scored or junk or whatever. He's not sure how he could have possibly mixed the gas wrong and seized the engine. We'll take a little deeper look into this and find out if he actually did seize the engine or not. Easiest way to do that is either look through the spark plug or remove the muffler. Take a look at the piston. So what do we got? The spark plug looks normal. There's no aluminum transfer on it. But we have to look in there and see. That thing pulls hard. You think it's a bearing? Well, if you look really close, when I was pulling on that cord, that chain was just barely moving. It's not supposed to move at all. So let's take a look at the clutch and see what's going on here. We get this clutch cover off, and what do we see? He's got the chain mounted. It's not on the rim drive. It's between the rim drive and the washer that holds the rim drive from coming off. And it's not going to work that way. It's going to end up binding everything up between the crank and the clutch. See, now it spins just fine. And that is your repair right there. But we'll keep going and see what else we got here. So in goes this spark plug. You know, this is going to be one of them where we don't get too involved. We just tell the customer what he did wrong, and he'll get a small bill for us looking at it. You know, there's some basic maintenance we're going to do here, like cleaning out this air filter. And just looking it over and making sure that there's not something else that the customer may have, what do I want to say, I don't want to say screwed up, but something else that regular maintenance he might be overlooking. Now every time I use compressed air to blow out a nylon filter like this, I always take a flashlight and look through the filter and make sure that I didn't blow any holes through it. It's really easy to do, so you want to make sure that you're not compromising the engine because of a silly mistake on cleaning the air filter. Let's see what he's running for go-go juice here. I guess it was good. Now these screws that I didn't need to loosen can get tightened back up. Let's see if it runs. I mean, that thing started right up. It oils really well. He just made a silly mistake. And the chain probably kind of popped off the rim drive while he was installing it and didn't notice it. You can't get down on the customer for that. You just got to tell them what happened, because everyone's made that mistake. So a couple of things caught my attention on this bar. And I wanted to check, first of all, if it's within spec. So I think it was a 50 gauge bar, and I'm just taking my tool that's set at 50 gauge and checking for wear. And I noticed there's a couple of spots here on the mounting area that had buildup on it. You can't, or you don't want to mount this bar with that buildup on there, because there could be a gap between the bar and the face of the crankcase where the oil comes out. Now, if you're trying to compress that bar onto that area and there's junk in between, you might not get a good enough seal for oil to transfer from the crankcase to the bar. You want that to be smooth and flush so oil gets pumped right into the bar. So I always clean that end, and we check the oil feed holes and make sure there's no debris in there. There's one spot on here, I don't know if this didn't oil at some point. You'll notice a lot of the paint is missing on the bottom side of the bar. But it just didn't feel right. It was kind of worn funny. And, you know, not very good video work here, but I was just filing the top rail of the bar to even it out a little bit. And then I'm blowing the debris out of the groove of the bar. And then there was still one edge that was kind of rolled over a little bit, kind of sharp. And I just wanted to take a file and dress that up a little bit. I think what's really happening here is I'm waiting for the clock to strike noon and take lunch. I'm sure there's other ways and other methods that people have for mounting the bar in a chain. I like to put the chain over the rim drive first, slide it over the nose sprocket, get the bar so that it's hanging on the studs, and if there is a locating pin on the crankcase, I get it over that locating pin. If that pin's in the cover, well, sometimes you got to adjust the tensioner on the cover enough so that the pin will catch the bar, and then you can go from there. Snug it up lightly, tension it until you get all the slack out of the bottom of the chain, and then snug it up a little bit more so you just get a little bit of a snap when you lift the chain up off the top of the bar. So that's it, really. I mean, the guy brought it in thinking he was going to have to buy a new saw, and it was just a little mistake on his part. So that's all I got for you, the Husqvarna 372 XPG chainsaw that wasn't seized. Thanks for watching. Later.